Airliners International 2025 was the best Airliners International ever. Today, we're going to be talking about this incredible show and what to expect with the initial reflection here and the content to come over the next year. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it, everybody. Airliners International 2025, everybody. What an incredible show. It lived up to all the hype, and there was so much fun from all the incredible vendors to all the amazing people and everybody in between. Before we begin this initial reflection, I want to give a huge shout out to Chris Slimmer, Bill Demers, and the entire Airliners International team for making this show a reality. It's truly incredible the amount of effort that goes into these shows, and we saw it on full display in quite an amazing venue here in the Delta Flight Museum, possibly the best one out there. So today we're going to be taking a look here at all of what happened. It was an incredible show, and I'll also give you all a little bit of a preview of what to expect here as the months progress here with all the content. So with that said, I think this first picture really tells the story. There's obviously so many moving pieces to Airliners International, from the ballroom, then obviously you have all the tours, all the seminars, and every piece in between. But anytime that you have all kinds of model aircraft in front of a Delta Airlines Boeing 767, I don't know how you can do any better than that. The Delta Flight Museum is truly one of the best venues for any aviation event, and it is so surreal that we were able to have this incredible show here for the third time. As you can tell, a really awesome setup with the models off on the side here, and it's just really incredible to think about all of what happened. There was so much leading up to this point, and obviously getting into the show, but just seeing this, this is really what you think of when you think of Airliners International. But it's not just the ballroom, even though you would think that this would be it. No, there's certainly more to the story. Here's a really cool shot right here showing off some really nice airline memorabilia items. Obviously, Airliners International has so many cool aviation items, from timetables to postcards to glassware, you name it. This shot really does a great job exhibiting all that, and it's certainly very impressive to see in so many different ways. And I just really want to highlight, how many incredible people are at this show, right? You can just see everybody interacting in these photos and having a great time. You can see the obviously the attendees talking to the vendors, talking about the different timetables, looking at the intricate details, and that's just what makes this show so incredible. And it's so awesome to see all the pieces put in the puzzle. As you can see over here with this shot, this has a really great perspective here of some various books and other aviation items there, and then models on the back right there. So cool to see. And then, every bit of, aviation hinting out. You got the 767, you have the Elton 11 there on the top, and then you got the Delta Flight Museum logo, along with just overall just such an incredible time. It's just so cool to think about it all, and overall, what a blast. Here's a really cool shot of the middle of the 767. Obviously, keep in mind the renovated Delta Flight Museum, just made for an incredible atmosphere, and obviously so much excitement throughout. So you can see here with the various Delta advertisements for those cities on the actual the whatever we call them, the banners above, and then obviously so many collectors and various attendees just having a great time looking at items. And it was so cool to think about all of what we were able to see here at the show and how it all came together. It's just truly an incredible time. And not only that, we of course have the incredible seminars. So you can see here paper models turning into aircraft, thinking about that correlation there. So the seminars were great. They were both in the theater and the 767 itself, which were awesome. So you can see a really good seminar going on there. Here's the aircraft dispatch seminar. This was really fun, taking place in the 767. And during this, obviously, full talk about what a flight dispatcher is and what they do. So really educational, really informative. You can see everybody very eager and attentive to see what's going on there with the seminars. So certainly really enjoyed to see that. Here's another really good model shot right here of all these models here at this table. And you can also see some t-shirts there on the back and the other various pieces, but you can just see the interaction between attendees. And I think that friendship aspect, along with the communication and sharing our passion for aviation, is so important at this show. So you can certainly see a bunch of that going on right here. Another very good shot here with the landing gear of the Boeing 767. You can see the Delta MD-80 safety card right there, some various models and some other various items. You got some parking garages as well. So cool to see all the aviation just put into one place. It's certainly quite eye-opening to see. And what would this be without Slimmerville and Chris Slimmer himself in the photo? I certainly think that this tells the story. We know how we feel about Slimmerville and Chris, so never a bad day to see all these safety cards. I think there's like 8 boxes there of safety cards, so certainly awesome. And you also got to get the fresh mints there as well, so we love that. I got some clothing in the back Even slimmer had some really cool models this year. That's on the back in the middle of the table there. You can see the postcards. So it was a really good variety that he brought. So certainly really enjoyed getting to see all those, no doubt about that. Here's a really awesome seminar. This is Charles Kennedy, and he had an awesome presentation. I believe it was on gliders. I might be wrong, but there was some really good presentation there. But as you can see, very cool to see that British Airways 747, and again another wonderful shot here from the theater here. So wonderful time, just so cool to see. And here's a great shot of the Delta 767 tail. You can see some really cool various older, I think those are some water aircraft actually right there, so those are neat. And then the baggage cart for Delta right there in the middle for the museum. That's so cool. There's so many great views throughout. It was truly an incredible just a venue and just such a great place. Then you can see these overhead shots. These are my favorite for sure. See all the models, all the glassware, all the plates, all the lanyards, all the pins, all these aviation items, all the bag tags. Just so cool to see it all coming to fruition right here. It was certainly very impressive to see throughout. And yeah, that is the first Facebook post from Airliners International. So I want to go ahead and show you all the next one. And, you know, I won't take too much time, but I do want to cover these in detail. So here's Tom Livesey's seminar here, and he does a great job sharing all of his thoughts. So that's certainly very fun right there. And here's a really cool shot here of the seminar for the Airbus A320. So that was certainly fun to see, and definitely a very productive, or Airbus in general, I should say. Very cool to see that. That was very productive. Another great overhead shot here, the Delta 767. You can see all the items there. Getting a little bit better look at some timetables in this one and some other items. So like I just seeing people that I know here. It's just like I'm reliving it. It's so cool. Surprised I haven't seen myself in any of these pictures yet, but I do dart around, so that could be a very likely possibility. But gosh, it's just so crazy to think about how this all came together. Just looking back at all these shots, really eye-opening. And then there's my seminar. So fortunate to do seminar Airliners International, and this was it's a real opportunity to share a story. I hope all of you enjoyed it very much. I certainly had a blast bringing it to you all, and thank you so much Airliners International for making this a reality. And obviously, as we can see, there were so many people there to get to see it, so I really enjoyed getting to share the story, and I hope all of you enjoyed it very much. Had an absolute blast with it, and it certainly was a bunch of fun. We also had a really cool seminar. The seminars were really well attended this year, which I was so happy to see. On Flying Tigers here with the 747, so that was another very cool one shared. And then here's a great shot of the 767 off the wing, and you can see all the vendors and all these models on display. I love this corner right here. This was so cool. And then the corners over here as well. There was so many great aviation items throughout, so no shortage of opportunity with those. So much fun. And I was so bummed to miss this one. I really wanted to be here, and you can tell the attendance was phenomenal for John James' seminar on Atlanta Air history. This one looked really cool, so definitely have to watch this back on YouTube along with the rest of them. So definitely check those out when they debut. So yeah, definitely was bummed to miss that. That looked really good, so I'll be excited to watch that back. Another good shot here for the ground. Get 767 and L1011 both involved, along with that glass jet bridge. You see that glassware and all the various items there as well. Another great shot here off the back side of the wing, and you can see kind of some of the captain's hats and so forth. And the vlogs will really get into, you know, more of a close-up of all these, but just wanted to get the high-level overview. This is a really good shot. I actually didn't get a very good shot of this angle, but you get conveyor cockpit and some other various shots throughout. You can just see everybody having a great time interacting and, you know, just turning this into a reality. So much fun. So another very good Facebook post right there. And we have one more highlighting the banquet as well to finish it out. So definitely wanted to show this off too. You can see that everybody had a really good time. It was so much fun. Got the 767 in the background, just incredible opportunity. And it was great to see Chris and Bill get recognized there for their efforts for Airliners International. I thought that was super cool. So very much enjoyed that, and it was very well deserved. So absolutely awesome. You can see some shots here of how that came together. And then you can see this shot right here as well. Very good in the way of, you know, just seeing everybody there, everybody having a great time, and everybody just so much fun. So cool. And David H. Stringer gave an amazing presentation for Airliners International as well. That was so cool to see, and really great history on Southern Airways. So we learned a bunch through that process, and how he was a flight attendant and his full story, and how Southern, you know, went through several patches and several different, you know, avenues of aviation to get to where they are today. And a few more cool shots here to finish it out. Really phenomenal. And again, just want to give a huge shout out to the entire Airliners International team for making it a reality this year. I think it was the best Airliners International to date. I'm so happy with the results, and so happy that everybody had a good time. And I hope all of you did very much it was certainly very fun to get to follow along and see it all come together. And it was an absolute honor to be a part of it. And I'm so fortunate that I got to be a seminar speaker and make an influence and, give inspiration in so many ways. I will honor that for the rest of my life. And this show has meant so much to me and will continue to do so for such a long time. So excited for the future. I hope all of you are as well. It's going to be absolutely outstanding. And we have so much to look forward to as we continue to move forward. So stay tuned for the content here on my channel. We'll have the day one vlog coming first, and along with the Airliners International haul, and then the massive unboxing to follow too. And then we'll have the content preview and we'll really start to get into it. I have a bunch of really great footage this year. I'm really excited to share it. There's going to be a bunch of awesome plane spotting throughout, and I hope all of you are excited for it. With that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust process D. Love and love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.